if you are going to be working for that charity and that's your main source of work, you need to earn some bread as well.
Yes.
There's nothing to stop you from earning a salary from there, you know, for your upkeep. And there's no restrictions on that sort of basis.
Yeah.
So you are running it, you should be running it like a proper commercial organization. That's the way I feel about charities. But the advantage is, if there are profits generated, not profit, if there's income generated, if there are money coming in through donations, those should be used for charitable purposes.
Absolutely.
Whatever purpose, you know, it may be for dawah work, it may be for, you know, educating the public, whether it's on tax issues, whether it's health issues. So that's the most, I would say, tax-efficient way of running.
Is there like an advantage to saying like a private company and a charity and sort of linking them together somehow?
Well,
then is there, or there's no point in doing
no, because if you are setting up a limited company, the idea of setting up a limited company is you are running it like a commercial venture. Now, you can set up a limited company and then apply for registration as a charity. In fact, the Companies Act 2006 has now got a provision in there whereby you will be able to set up a company which can be registered as a charity as well in one go.
Excellent.
Yeah, but that's not yet been implemented. They're saying it will be implemented soon. So that might be a better way of doing it, easier way of doing it as well. Yeah.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
The cost of registering a company and charity, is it the same or is it slightly different?
No, it's not that. It's not that expensive. But with the charity, of course, you got to make sure that the trust documents, which are submitted to the Charity Commission, they comply. I mean, they obviously look at this, that this is a genuine charity, its purpose is charitable purposes, and not somebody's not setting up a charity with the, you know, with the purpose of defrauding others, in the sense making themselves rich. Because charities, for example, charities do not pay any taxes. They will not pay any income tax on their profits. They will not pay any corporation tax, because the purpose of the charity is not to generate profits, but is actually to help the poor, the needy, the destitute.
And anything which is surplus is to be ploughed back
into the,
rather than into people's pockets, to plough it back into where it's required.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
I think I've changed everything into a charity now. I've changed my own company as well.
Well, you can still have a charity and then take a salary up to a certain reason. That's not a problem.
But on that salary, you pay your income tax on
Yes,
that.
that
your
will
salary,
pay your income tax. The charities will also, sometimes when they buy equipment, they will incur VAT. That becomes a cost to them. If you are an employee, there will be national insurance which will have to be paid by the charity. So for all intents and purposes, it will be like normal taxes. But as far as the charity is concerned, any surplus, any profits it has, it will not be paying any taxes on that, because as Thamkin mentioned, the idea is that that money will be ploughed back and used for the benefit of, you know, for whatever objective the charity has been set up. And you know, it's, but I must say that setting up a charity, that's an easier thing to do. But you need to run a charity properly, because there are a lot of rules and regulations.
And you can be held accountable at the end of the day, especially the trustees and the chairmen, etc.
Yeah, not only that, Thamkin, it is our Islamic responsibility. If somebody has given us money, which is to be utilized, say, for education, well, that's what it should be utilized for. And the charity law actually states that very categorically. These are called what we call restricted funds. They are to be used for that purpose for which they have been given.
If it's a water well, it's for a water well. If it's for education, it's for education. If it's for Haiti, it's for Haiti.
You can't diversify. You can't say, right, you're an education charity and then start supplying food supplies.
No, it is within the memorandum and articles, But you know, if what I'm saying is, if you've raised funds and you've said to people, well, this is for Haiti, so you have to utilize those funds for Haiti. You can't start utilizing it for, you know, some other purpose. Unless, because the people have given, it's an amana, isn't it?
Amana, yes.
And that amana, you have to spend it in the right way in which it is, you know, it's been given.
Absolutely.
And there are legal responsibilities. People talk about charity law and all that. A lot of the charity law is actually very, very Islamic.
Yes.
You know, The guidelines are very, very clear.
They may have taken it from bits from Islam.
Like a lot of other things, you
Yes.
know, you mentioned about the social security
Yes.
and the education and the NHS. I mean, they might have given them a very sort of modern name, but if you look at the foundations, all of these are Islamic foundations.
Yes.
You know, and that's the basis of it. And I always say to all my clients, we should utilize that what Islam has given to us in a practical fashion all the time.
Absolutely.
It's a form of dawah.
It is
Yes.
a form of dawah and propagation. And it's helping
That's
everyone, mankind and
Yeah.
humans at the end of the day. Religion shouldn't come into it at all. And it doesn't in tax. In tax it doesn't. Everyone has to pay. You are all equal. It doesn't matter which religion you are.
You still have to pay your tax.
You have to pay your tax.
Excellent.
Yes.
Now, he talks about...
Tamkin, we are not going to discuss about, you know, these politicians who don't want to pay any tax, non-doms or
We are not.
we are mortals, you know,
Yes.
law-abiding citizens.
We are.
Yes.
Until we become MPs.
then you don't need to pay your tax. Yeah. So, you know, your brother, you know...
Well,
you're
in that case, let's not become MPs.
Let's not become MPs. Let's stay strictly halal.
Yeah, that's right.
Strictly
He
halal.
talks a lot about the benefits of charities. Is there any benefit at all for having a private limited company or a PLC? Or
Yes, yes, of course there
otherwise,
are.
why people would just set up charities? And
No, you see, the purpose of charity is, it is to be utilized for charitable purposes. Okay? That means you are not going to benefit out of that personally.
Yes.
Now, if you set up a limited company, the objectives are purely to generate profits. I would say to maximize
To
profits.
maximum and have an end plan that in the future you can sell the
That's
company or do something with
Yes,
it.
yes, going
for your own personal
For
gain.
your own
Yes, for your
gain.
personal gain. That's
Yes.
for the benefit of the shareholders. So if you are the shareholder, when the company makes a profit, it will declare a dividend, and as you are the person who has invested the money, you will benefit out of that. So that's running it as a limited company. Now the PLC stands for Public Limited Company. It's slightly more technical in the sense you can actually ask outsiders to put money in your company. And if you get quoted on the stock exchange, then of course you can ask the general public to buy shares in your company.
Or you can give them away as Umicom does.
Yeah.
Yes, he has a company like that.
A
don't you?
PLC company.
Yes.
You and my PLC.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know,
Have we got shares in it now? Have the
Yeah,
Tiger
you've got-
Bear
you've
got some shares in it
You've
now?
got a share. You've got more than a few shares.
Have I got more than a few shares? Do I have to pay tax on shares?
Yeah,
on profits?
that's a good
well,
question.
yes. If you this is a very good tax
Yes.
planning issue,
Yes.
really. And if you structure your company in such a way, you form. Let's say, for sake of argument, you set up a limited company. It's a trading company. What you could do is to extract the money out of it in a very tax-efficient way. You could take yourself. You could have a salary, for sake of argument, of £24,000, and the rest, say another £10,000, you could take in the form of dividends.
Yes.
Now, on the dividends, you will not pay any national insurance, and the company will not pay any national insurance. Right?
yes,
So there's
yes.
quite a bit of saving, because national insurance for an individual is 11%. Company national insurance is 12.8%. So quite a bit of saving. And since all your earnings are within the basic rate band, it's 24,000 salary, another 10,000 dividend, total 34,000. Under the
37,000,
37,000.
you don't have to pay the 40% tax
there
either?
won't be any
Yes.
additional taxes
tax.
for you to pay.
That's a
So
good
that's
one.
one way of extracting profits out. Then add on top of that, supposing you had two shareholders, you know, it's a wife and husband team. They are both running the business. Well, the wife, as an individual, could earn a salary and dividends of 34,000. You could earn 34. And as a family, you got 68,000 out of the company in a very tax efficient way. Not to mention that you could have company pensions as well. You know, and each one of you, I mean, this is something which is interesting.
Yes.
That each one, whether you are a taxpayer or not, now you can actually make a gross contribution of £3,600 into a pension scheme, and you will get tax relief on that. Now, you don't have to be earning any money. It could be you could make that payment on behalf of your son or daughter
Right.
and get tax relief on that. The only thing is, of course, this pension, it's tied up for a long period.
Yes.
You'll probably be able to extract it at the age of, I think it's 50.